All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Witty's Outdoor Reviews. Today, we're just going to review a couple things we got off of Temu. And, I'm not going to say they have the greatest gear, but there has been some things that have made it to my everyday carry that were pretty well made. Some of them were made out of titanium and really held up, I guess, in comparisons to some of the more expensive gear that I have. Now, how we're going to rate these things is we're going to kind of go over the overall quality. Is it serviceable? I mean, is it something that you can use? Does it perform decently well? Is it bad? If it's bad, we're going to let y'all know because I don't want anybody wasting any money on something that they think looks cool or may serve a purpose that they need, and then it's just junk when you get it out of the bag, right? Temu's always a gamble. And would I recommend it? I think that's the last thing. And if I say I recommend it, I'm going to tell you how I recommend it. Is it something that you could throw in a truck bag and, not use every day, something that will help you in a bind? Is it something that you can use to replace something in your current EDC bag or your go bag or your get home bag or your toolbox, whatever it may be? We'll kind of discuss, hey, would I recommend it and in what aspect would I recommend it? But before we get started, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pop open one of these and kind of see, we'll discuss this at the end, but nothing like having a good beverage when you're going to review some stuff on Temu. This is actually a Sierra Nevada Tropical Little Thing IPA. It's 7% alcohol. It's a family owned and operated business. And I don't know, I got this at H-E-B, which is a big box store, or I guess grocery store here in Baytown, Texas. You may not have it, but if it's any good, I'll let you know, and you might want to search for it and try it out. Like I said, 7% alcohol. I'm gonna pop it open, take a sip, and we're gonna get started on our review. No, that's not bad. Hoppy. Okay. So the first thing, I guess it doesn't matter where we start. I don't remember what I ordered, so we're probably going to be looking at them together. And as you can tell, I duct taped off my name and my address for your protection, not mine. So we'll go ahead and take a look at it. This is the first thing we have, and what we're opening with is just my everyday carry. It's an Outdoor Edge. Really good knife for the money. It's as sharp as you want it to be because you can pull out the blade and just put a new one in. I like carrying it. It's easy. It's a good box cutter, good all-around tool. I've actually skinned a hog with one of these, and it worked just fine. So there it is. Outdoor Edge. Awesome little everyday carry, super lightweight. All right, what's in bag number one? You got to watch when you open these bags. They bag everything together, and sometimes you don't want to cut stuff that's in your bag. And this one's really difficult to get to, and some of y'all are going to be like, okay, you shouldn't cut like that. Well, I'm trying to film and cut a bag at the same time, and this thing's folded over itself in Temu fashion about 1,000,000 times. So we're just going to cut right down the middle and hope I didn't slice open anything that we actually want to review today. And out we come. And for one, I can already tell you, Temu did me a solid, and they did not send me what I ordered at all. So we'll review them anyways, and I'll tell you the concept behind them. Yeah, hear that? That's glass. What I ordered was aluminum, small spray bottles. So you can have it in your everyday carry. You could put stuff like antiseptic, bug spray, and be able to divide bigger bottles into smaller bottles. But if you can tell, these are gold. Ugly color gold. But it does have a spray nozzle and a cap. But not, not at all what I ordered. These are glass vials. They will not go on my everyday carry. Matter of fact, look guys, if you order these, they may not give you the right stuff. I'm not going to even go over the time and review them. They're junk to me. They're not going to work for what I need them to. You're not going to carry them in an everyday bag. You might throw them in a purse or a backpack, but I wouldn't recommend carrying glass with you on anything, not even if you're on just a normal camping trip. I mean, that's out of 3 things, number 1, junk. All right, we'll hope we get lucky on this one. Okay, I was kind of looking forward to this. We'll see. So we'll go ahead and open it, get it out of the bag. I've got my light on, so there's a little glare. Now, hopefully you won't have the glare. Let's get that junk out of the way. Okay, so this is a map case. So it's kind of like a navigation case. That's pretty loud. So it Velcros. You've got some pockets for a flashlight, compass. You can put any kind of rulers or protractors, anything you use in here for navigation. You can put a Ride in the Rain notepad, pen, stick, flashlight, and then of course your integrated map case, which overall I can say that the stitching is decent. It's not double stitched by any means, but it's made out of like a Cordura fabric. So, I mean, that's good. It's really thick. It doesn't feel cheap. And any of y'all know, even if you get these off of Amazon or anywhere else, this plastic it is what it is, put it that way. It's never going to be perfectly flat, but it will help you navigate and keep your map dry. Velcro's good. I mean, I think that would work for what I need it to. And typically what I would do is have a small map of my area, my town, my city. And then behind it, I would have a bigger state map that folds out. I would shove that in here as well. So it could kind of help me navigate if I'm trying to get out of the area I'm in and go somewhere else. But typically you want a map of the county you're in or city, whatever. That's what you would put in here. All in all, I mean, I'm going to use it. It's going to go in my bug out bag. It's going to replace my current Ziploc bag situation. You have a smaller little pouch here that's see-through. Oh, and this detaches too, so that's cool. I can take it off, can set it on a table, and then be able to do my navigation. One good thing is, what I would recommend is you could take a dry erase marker with you. Put that in one of these pockets down here so you could mark off areas of interest on your map. Like if you pass by a water well, you might want to mark that. You may have plenty of water, but you may want to walk that down or mark that down. If you pass by something that looks like an old dilapidated structure, sorry, that's a big word. I'm not good with big words. But if you find something like that, mark it down. Terrain areas, anywhere that looks of interest, somewhere that you're at, somewhere where you want to go. Circle those things on your map. Of course, as you store it and as you move it around, you could wipe them off. But as you're navigating, as you're using your map, mark off points of interest. It's just a good little touch. It will wipe off with a dry erase marker. So all in all, I mean, let's see. We were going to rank them by overall quality. Let's go ahead and rank number 1, the thing we threw to the side. Overall quality, man, they seem like they would pump a liquid out of them. So the quality's not bad. They're glass, just not what I ordered. But overall quality, they would work if that's what I wanted and that's what I ordered. Is it serviceable? I'm 100% positive that if I stuck this in my beer right now, which I'm tempted to do, I could probably spray squirts of that in my mouth. Seems like it's pumping like a pumper thing should do. So, okay. Yeah, they're serviceable. Would I recommend it? I would recommend this for somebody that just needs small bottles for their house. I would not recommend ordering these and putting them in your everyday carry or in a backpack. Maybe you might get away in a purse because they are fairly thick vials, but wrong color. They're supposed to be black, supposed to be stainless. Yeah. Recommended for household use, not recommended in everyday carry, bug out bag situation, camping, hiking, anything like that. Now this, on the other hand, for what I paid for it, and just keep in mind, guys, I'll go back through and kind of tell you what things cost. At the time I got this, it was like $13. There's other ones out there on Amazon that are closer, 20, 40. This was 13 bucks, and I will tell you that overall, the quality seems to be better than some of the other fabric made things that I've got through Temu. The straps are good, the Velcro's good. Another thing big with Temu is stitching, right? There's usually strings hanging off of everything, unraveling, not cut. There's really not a string hanging off of any of this. So the QC on this when it went out was really well. They made sure that they don't just have strings. Usually around the Velcro, there's a million strings. There's one on here, but it's just laying there. It's not actually attached. So they did send one extra string in case I need it for later. But overall quality is really well. They did do a good job stitching around the Velcro around the plastic. It's not folded in a way that it's forever creased. I mean, if you press on those, the crease comes right out. And it might be part of the kind of plastic that they use on this. But overall, man, it's going in my bag. It's going to go in my everyday carry. Look, you even got a place where you can personalize it. Put your own patches on there. It's got a little loop, so you can throw some paracord around there. Overall, man, I think it's really nice. My go bag is this color. So I order everything in this color for myself in one of my go bags, or my bug out bag. But anyways, overall, man, I really like this. And, you know, I like the fact that you could hook it to your backpack with a carabiner or anything like that. So overall quality, man, I think it's really good for a Temu buy. Is it serviceable? Absolutely. It'll do everything that I wanted it to and that I bought it for and intended it to do. Would I recommend it? If you're one of those kind of guys that just want something that works, want something that'll last, and isn't in the name brands, I would 100% recommend it. Not everything with a high dollar name is going to give you something that may be equivalent or better than this. So you got to kind of judge it for yourself. I would recommend it. So that's number 2 down. Brief pause. We're going to take another beer of this fine, or another beer. We're going to take another sip of this fine IPA, which we'll discuss at the end. It's kind of unique, tropical. But I'll tell you what it tastes like in case you care. And if you don't care, I'm going to tell you anyways. All right, so this is one of the nice open Temu bags. These are great. You don't get very many of these. Most of them are like this. You got to dig your way through it. Okay, now I've seen a lot of people review these. Let me get it to where you don't see the light shining on it. And you got to watch what you order. I'm happy that I got the one that I was hoping to get, because a lot of guys have ordered these, and once we take it out of the box, you'll see it's 100% plastic. I did not want a plastic one. I wanted something that was more robust. This is, I believe, either steel or aluminum, but this was $6.62, right? So what it says on here is, it says LED rechargeable keychain light. 6 lighting modes: warm light, warm low light, white light, white low light, warm low light, white low light. Okay, whatever. Red light, which is great for map reading, and then flashing red. So I guess like an emergency. It doesn't say that it has an SOS or anything like that. And it says it's got a built-in battery, and it comes with a Type-C charging cable. And it shows going on a keychain, 10 times bigger sitting in your tent. So when you put it in your tent, it'll grow. Hook to the backpack to let people know where you're at. But I kind of like the growing when it's in a tent function. That's pretty neat. Can you see that? Look how big it is when you put it in your tent. That's fantastic. Let's see. It says that it has a belt cutter on it. Seatbelt cutter. That's good. You can use a seatbelt cutter for cutting paracord or any kind of cordage. So multifunction. It's got a whistle, we're gonna have to try that out. Some whistles I've got from Temu, you blow in them and they don't do anything. It's got a screwdriver. Interesting. And in case you're a smoker, it's got a built-in cigarette lighter. That's fantastic. But you can use that. This is my thought process, right? It's got a seatbelt cutter. You can cut paracord. It's got a cigarette lighter. You can melt the end of your paracord. So, multifunction. This would work. Be great for camping. Great to put on a backpack. But we're not going to say it's great for anything yet until we open it and see what it's about. And we're probably going to cut some stuff with it. I don't know. We'll see. Let's open it up. See what we got on build quality. Typical USB-C. And they designed this for you to be right next to the outlet so you don't lose your light when you're charging it. This thing's about 8 inches long, right? Throw it away, put it in a pocket just as a extra, but if you're like me, I would like to have a little bit longer cable, but this is about standard little 6-8 inch cables. But all in all, it'll charge it. Man, that thing looks like a transformer. It looks bright. It's got a lot of clusters of LEDs in there. And I can tell you that's a razor. Part of a razor blade in there. One thing I noticed is I don't really see how you could change that if it ever goes dull. I'm going to take it apart because I'm not going to put anything in my bag that I can't figure out. But I will tell you, it will cut a seatbelt, and I guarantee you it'll cut some cordage. It's at kind of a weird angle, if you can see, right? That doesn't help any, but it's at a weird angle. So you can't really get thicker paracord in there. It says it's a seatbelt cutter, so we'll assume it's only for cutting seatbelts. But I wish they would have raised that up just a little bit so you don't have to try so hard to get it around your seatbelt. And then you could use it for paracord. Oh man, that's got a little bit of leverage on there, man. You have to put some leverage on there to open that. I promise you, and it's spring-loaded, you're not going to lose this off your backpack unless you just really fall down a hill for a mile. It might fall off. But I don't think it will. This little handle is kind of a little cheesy. It's plastic. But a lot of camping stuff has that stuff on there. Let's see. Oh, tucked away in here, which we'll have to figure out how. Oh, magnet. So you can magnetize it to something. That's the thing that makes it grow, I guess, when you put it in the tent. But no, that's a magnet. You can stick it on hood of a car, anything like that. And inside here are your bits. And we're going to try to figure out how you get those things out. Like I said, this is my first time seeing it. Aha. Secret compartment. Huh, little bits. How cute. They go on the top here. And they're magnetized. But it's not a very tight fit, but it is a fairly decent magnet. So I guess if you're using it, I mean, yeah, it would work if this is all you had, right? Sometimes multifunction is everything. In a certain situation, survival situation, kids' toy breaks are hollering and you got to fix something and you got this in your everyday carry. Man, hey, you're in there, right? You can fix it. You got a Phillips and a flathead. Fantastic. That'll work. We'll turn the light on later. Ooh, look, I don't know if you can see it. There's a little cigarette on there with smoke. Let me turn it sideways. Check that out. Can you see it? Maybe not. But right there's a little cigarette. That way you know that button is for your smokers. We're going to hit it and see what it does. See if there's any charge in here whatsoever. Oh, all right then. So that gets pretty bright. So I'm not putting my finger in it, but I can tell you I can feel the warmth. I was going to stick my finger on it, but that would be a bad idea. So we're not going to do that, but take my word, I put my finger over the top of it, not touching it, just spaced out, and I could feel the heat. There's your charging port for your USB-C. That's kind of cool. I like the fact that it has a way you can start fire with that. I'm perfectly satisfied that you can start a fire with that. If you can light a cigarette, you can start a fire. If you can start a fire, you have warmth. So it knocks out one of the things on your bag, right? And it's multifunction. So, like the way that sounds. Oh, there it is. I was looking. I'm like, where's the whistle? Right there on the end. Little whistle. I'm going to disappear for a minute so you can hear it. Did you hear it? That was me calling for help with my whistle. It's ever so tiny. Look at that. Sweet. Right on the end. All right, cool. Now I know where the whistle's at, so I'll remember. And then you have your light. This might get bright, may not get bright. I don't know. So, oh, I would guess that is bright. That is medium. That's got to be warm because it turned to like an orange color. Warm low. There's your red. Fantastic. Man, that's a bright red too. The red's going to help you keep your night vision at night. So if you're reading a map, looking for something in your backpack, the red's an awesome choice. And off. Okay, I thought it said it had red flashing. Oh, there it is. So you can use that for a signal device. That's pretty cool. But it doesn't have an SOS function that I know of. We'll circle back through them. Nope, no SOS, but you do have a blinking red light. All in all, man, I'm gonna say it's got a little weight to it. It's not heavy though, but you can tell this is made out of it. That part feels light. It feels like aluminum. So backpackers don't think, oh my God, this is gonna add 2 pounds to my bag. It doesn't weigh that much. So let's look at the overall quality. I mean, everything seems tight. You know, I don't see, even though the back is plastic, this is metal. It's spring-loaded metal. This is plastic. The front bezel's plastic. Plastic light. Several LEDs. Really, the bits are in there tight. I mean, you got to flip them all the way out and then push them to get them out. So, don't really think you're going to lose those. The magnet should magnetize. I don't know. Let's see. Yes. Yes. There we go. So it definitely will stick to something metal. So that's a pretty strong magnet, to be honest, for such a small one. So that's good. I mean, overall, I would say the overall quality is good. Is it serviceable? Yes. For what its intents are. To cut a seatbelt all day long, to give you some light. Yep. Do you have some way to have an emergency signal, whistle? Yes, it does work. You heard it. Can you mount it to things? Yes. You can clip it on the things and magnet on the things. Magnetize it, whatever you want to do. And the bits are kind of cool. I mean, I really didn't see that when I ordered it, that it came with bits and a way to put them in, and that's magnetic, holds your bits in. It's kind of like a bonus. I wasn't expecting that. And the lighter does work. But just to try it real quick, I don't want to promise you it'll cut a seatbelt, and it will not. So we're going to cut the box. And it's not going to cut. Oh, yeah, it is. I mean, it half but cut the box. Only because when it hits the back, the box sticks. So that's not really good. So we can try it on a piece of paper, maybe? Hold on. Got some paper right here. Look at this. Paper. Hold on. No, didn't cut no paper either. So I take that back. Maybe that isn't worth cutting. I don't have a strap or anything. I think it's because of the angle it's at. It's at a real blunt angle. I'm going to have to play with that. And if I figure out anything else, I'll let you know. But it just seems like it's at a really weird angle where everything's catching this tip. I'm going to try to turn it around in there and see if I can't. Maybe it's just off center. But it does seem like a real sharp angle, even for a modern seatbelt. So that's got me iffy. If you're buying it to cut your seatbelt, if that's the main function you want it for, I'd probably say, it's not serviceable at this point. But if you're just buying it, throw in your bag, it would probably cut some cordage. Probably like some, if you're using bank line, it would be perfect for bank line, anything like that. So I think it would cut that. But overall, I think everything else about it I do like. That part's just a little quirky. I think it could be fixed. If I am able to fix it, I'll let you know. But that's it for the Temu review today. You have the light, map case, and my beer squirting tubes, because I don't know what else to do with them. So I'm going to stick one in my IPA and see how long it takes to clear it. And again, this isn't sponsored. I bought everything with my own money. The Tropical IPA is actually decent. It's hoppy. I think the main thing is when it says tropical, and I'm thinking pineapple-y, you know, tropical fruit, maybe a little coconutty, but it basically tastes like grapefruit. That's the best way to say it. It tastes like grapefruit. So all you grapefruit drinkers out there, you'd probably like this. It's not a bad taste. I mean, it's only 7%, so it's a light IPA, but it is 7% by volume, and it's a hazy IPA. Not bad though. I would drink it. I mean, I'm going to take some camping with me, so not bad. There's a plug out for you beer drinkers. Try it out. It's not bad. I enjoyed it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming and watching my review. Do me a favor. If you liked the video, if it was useful, leave in some comments. You know, we're new to this. We're trying to break into the, you know, the world of putting out reviews. Yet on the same note, the main reason I'm doing it is I buy a lot of this stuff thinking, man, I hope it's better than what it is when I get it. Some of it, I'm like, man, pleasantly surprised. Man, it's really good. It's going to do exactly what I need. It's going to replace something cheaper in my bag because it's better quality, but yet I didn't spend a lot of money for it to begin with. But of course, like anything, I'm going to put this in my bag and I'm going to use the crap out of it. And if it makes it, what, 5 camping trips, what did I say it was, $6 and some change, then it's worth every penny. I've got some nicer flashlights that have failed in less time. Just say that. I mean, just put that out there. Doesn't mean if you buy Streamlights or Pelicans or anything like that, that they're going to be so much better. Everybody has, you know, bad days when they're making something. And some things just aren't made to the quality or the standards of what you're going to be using it for. So really look into it. I think this is going to be a good little multi-light, can't cut paper cutter, hook to your backpack, little screwdriver, gigantic whistle, and of course, my favorite part, I don't smoke, but if I did, I would use this a lot just because it's more tactical than most people's lighters, but big lighters are great in your EDC. But that will work. That'll probably light a piece of kindling. We'll probably do that later. Just catch something on fire with it. Anyway, guys, like I said, thank you for coming. Thank you for taking the time. Love each and every one of you. Thank you to my subscribers. If you like what you see, share me. Send me to other people. Say, hey, look at this guy. He drinks beer while he shows things that he got on Temu for very cheap. And then he's going to tell you if it's good or bad. So, man, subscribe. If you're a new timey, subscribe, please. I need all the subscribers I can get because it drives me to buy more merchandise so I can show you what I got. And, oh, share me too. Share me with everybody. Even if you don't like me, send it to people that you don't like, right? If you have a lot of people you don't like, definitely send me their way. Just be like, look, this guy annoys me. I'm going to send him to everybody I don't like. That might work. That might really work. Maybe people will watch me just because they don't like you and you don't like them. And they might say, you know what? I'm going to watch it just out of spite because he probably wants me to like it. Or he probably sent it to me hoping I'm going to hate it. And then they're going to subscribe just to let you know that they really liked it, even if they didn't. I think that's what we're going for here. But no, seriously, guys, if you like the content, and give me other things. Tell me what you're into. I've got a bunch of stuff we're going to review. I probably bought about 10 different kind of camping / survival stoves. And we're going to take some time to break into those because there's a lot to discuss. You see how long I talked about these 3 items, and one I didn't really talk about at all because it's junk. But anyways, like, subscribe. Like I said, love y'all. Come back to Whitty's Outdoors. We'll make a couple more videos. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Hey guys, quick update. So I did take this thing apart, and I think they put it in here off center on purpose, because they know that you're going to take this thing out of the box and you're going to play with it. So they put it at a weird angle so you don't cut your finger off when you first get it out of the box. It does have a reset kerf in there that fits the blade. This blade is double-sided, so it has another point on the opposite side. But other than that, it's the smallest razor knife I've ever seen. It's probably about 3/16. I'm going to play around, look at some X-Acto knife things to see if I can find a serviceable replacement blade if I really like this. And 2, I told you that when we did the video, we didn't know if it would cut. I took this thing apart to put it back center, put it back in the little kerf that it's supposed to sit in, and it's like a 1.5 Allen head. Luckily, I have a lot of them, so I was able to get down to that size. But so it does work. You know, right after I made the video, I ran outside, got in my wife's car, and hooked the seatbelt up, and I was able to cut the seatbelt right off. No, just kidding. I did not use it on her seatbelt. But I'm going to use her right now to show you that it will cut. This is just a piece of nylon cordage that I have. It's really robust. I'll try to do it without cutting myself. It will cut. So now that it's in the right angle, I honestly believe, I want to take back what I said, that it won't cut. It will cut a seatbelt. I'm pretty confident in that. It will cut cordage. I cut some of that when I was standing outside debating whether I was going to cut my wife's seatbelt off or not. But it did work. Yeah, so it does work. I just wanted to give you all a real-time update. You can tell it's a real-time because, let's look. Ugh. I have not finished the IPA yet. Look, it's open. Same beer, just a little lighter than it was earlier. Oh, and not brought to you and not sponsored by Classic Firearms, but Classic Firearms, if you see this, I would love you to send me things. I like a lot of their products, guys, not joking. If you've never been to ClassicFirearms.com, go there. They have a lot of daily specials, a lot of good deals. One-stop shop for hunting, sporting, ARs, anything like that, pistols, shotguns. They sell it all, plus ammo, plus accessories. So go over to ClassicFirearms.com, take a look at what they have. I've bought a lot of things from them. It's easy. Find you an FFL dealer in your area, pay him $20. They send it straight to him, and you go pick it up. So, Classic Firearms, no plug, but Classic Firearms. Sponsor my videos. All right, guys, that's it. Just wanted to give you an update. Peace out.